Hey guys, alright, I finally got my pictures to unlock, so this is going to be part 2 from the previous video. As you can see over here, this is my video that some of you have seen called I'm Just a Bird, I'm Just a Plane, where it shows what looks like a bird going across, a plane going across the sky, but it's not a plane, and I'm fixing to show you. This is going back to this video that I was showing in the beginning of the previous video. These are still all of these the same exact so-called star, or it is a star, but it's a fallen star, fallen angel. There's the white and black right there that I was showing in the previous videos a lot, and here's a face down here, little two black eyes, triangle eyes, the nose and the big mouth. Here's an eye, and here's its nose and mouth. Small face here, then that face becomes the nose of this bigger one. This is how they are, you guys. It's crazy. You can see the face. Here's the white eye. You can't see the eye, it's over there, but here's the nose and the mouth down here. And there's all that white and black fungus looking stuff on it. And here's a small face right here. This is still the same star, black and white, triangle eye, big nose right here. There's another eye right there. They're always full of, just like it says in you know, about Ezekiel's wheels, they have eyes all over them, right? Still the same star. You can't see it very good, but that's a triangle eye and a square eye over here. And here's a triangle eye right here. And there's a triangle eye right there. Black and white, and it's got a little tinge of blue mixed in with it. But here's a face looking to the right. Nose. I just heard Orbs against my window again. But looks like all this fungus stuff popping out again. And you can see some blue in here, and then the black and white. This is supposed to be Mars. This is what NASA tells you it looks like. However, this is what it looks like with the P900, because we've been lied to, like I said. And I see a face on here, but yeah. Here's more of these stars. Wheels within wheels. That's what it is. And it's octagon shaped. Octagon shape is Saturn. It's the symbol of Saturn, which is Satan. See a triangle eye right up here and a square eye right there. And in the book of Enoch, it talks all about these, how they're fallen angels is what they are. I'll just let it play for a moment. This is all the same star, okay? My computer is locking up again. You can see I cannot do anything. They've got me locked up again. Okay, finally. Alright, again, this is my video that I filmed showing that this is not a plane. This is a person filming, and I'm fixing to prove it to you that this is not a plane, okay? Watch it sparking the way it sparks. Same exact thing that happened in my video. I saw all this taking place. Yep. You're literally looking at fallen angels, you guys. That's what this is. I know it's hard to wrap your head around. I'm gonna try to pause it because I want to, let me get it on larger screen, because I want to show y'all the faces all in here, if it'll let me go to full screen. Boy, it's really giving me a lot of trouble today. Goodness, they do not want me showing all this. I see a little face in there right now. So, all these chemtrails that you see in the sky are being made by fallen angels, you guys. There's a face right here. Here's another one. You can barely see this one over here on the side, but you can see that one right there. But as you can see, this is not a plane. And if you see this kind of fuzzy looking stuff all coming out, these are all these spirits manifesting, is what they're doing. Fallen angels manifesting. And there's a face right there. With triangle eyes. Again, there's the triangle eyes. Triangle eye there, one there, and here's the mouth and the long nose. Well, it's got me locked up again. But as you can see, that is not a plane. It's literally fallen angels, you guys. Sorry. That's popped up because my computer's all locked up. I was going to try to keep pausing it because I wanted to show y'all all of the faces in here, but I guess I'm not going to be able to do that since they've got my computer locked up. Oh, now what's happening? Who knows? This is the part I wanted to show you, especially with all the faces, and it's got the black and white fungus looking stuff popping out. But as you can see, like I said, this is not a plane. This is literally fallen angels. And yes, they have returned. Look at this. See that black and white fungus looking stuff popping out that I keep talking about, that I catch on these music stars, the actors? That's because they're not humans. Catch them on the so-called birds, the so-called bugs, and everything. Yeah, there was a face. I wish I could pause it. Okay. There's a face with the triangle eyes. My drink just fell over. Thank goodness the lid was on it. Triangle eye, triangle eye. Here's another triangle eye over here, because the faces just go all around it. It's just like the angels that's talked about in the Bible. How they have faces all around them. And it's the wheels within wheels and the eyes all over them. That's what you're looking at. And this looks just like one of the stars I was just showing. How it's got the white outer rim. And then there's another one that's barely able to be seen down here. But there's a little bitty face popping up. And here's a face right here. Little small faces. You can barely see it, but I can see the triangle eyes in there. This looks just like the little face that was on that so-called bead that I filmed. I caught that same looking little face. You can very clearly see this face right here. The two eyes up top, the nose, and the chin. Look at that, you guys, right there. So what you're looking at is, again, fallen angels. So the reason why I'm showing this is to really emphasize what hour we are in, you guys. Okay? They have a plan and order for everyone to be done away with, and all biological life done away with by the end of this year. And no, I'm not kidding. This is facts. It's in their documents. So I believe this is the fallen working with man. is what I believe. But I believe that some of them are just straight up fallen angels and demons. Some of these politicians and presidents and singers and actors are not human. They're just not. They're not human. I want you to look. This is on my video now. I'm going to show parts of it real quick, but I want you to look here. Triangle eyes up here, and I want you to look at the teeth. And yes, they do have teeth in their mouth. This is in the so-called clouds, but there is its teeth right there. See that? I wanted to point that out. Its teeth right there. Triangle eyes. Alright, I'm going to mute it. I know that this is my video, but I'm still going to mute it when the music starts playing. Well, I don't guess I have to because I'm not monetized, but I'm still going to mute it so it won't be loud. But I'm going to show y'all. It's the same thing. Let me get, and then I'm going to show you again. This is not a bird, okay? And then I'm going to show you a few more things. Another thing I want to point out, these trees down here, I want you to look at the faces. You see this face right down here? And this is in the trees. Big face right there. And then there's one with the long nose looking to the right. And then here's a huge face right down here. See this face right here too with the triangle eyes again. Triangle eyes. They either have triangle, square, or circular shaped eyes. And here's a face in this tree as well. And I'm going to show you an image that I have saved. If I can pull my pictures up, that is. You can see blue stuff coming out. See more triangle eyes all up there. Alright, I'm just going to let it play. Just a bird, I'm just a bird. I'm just pretending to be a bird. I'm just a plane, just pretending to be a plane. I'm not a plane. And I wasn't a bird. Watch for the white flickering lights above. That right there is not a plane. Look at that. No, that's not a plane. Alright, I'm going to mute it. Just keep watching for the flickering lights up here. Just like it was on that other that I just showed you. See, there they go. There they are. And there's faces popping out all over that. That's fallen angels, you guys. That's what this is. Making these chemtrails full of toxins. See all that glitching and stuff going on? That's them doing this. And this is the screenshots that I took. If you look, you can see little faces. There's triangle eye. Here's a face right here with the nose. These are two other demons that were flying around in the air that I caught. Orbs that I caught. You can see the face there. And you can see here's an eye, and the nose is right here. I can see triangle eyes up here too. See, these are more transparent because they can go completely invisible. Here's see this black stuff. This is what I was showing in the past video about how Robert Patterson and those other, you know, so-called singers have this black stuff always around their mouths and stuff when they're shape-shifting. It's that weird fungus looking stuff on them. But I see triangle eyes everywhere up here. Who's the prince of the air? There's that. Here's another face. Here's a long nose with the open mouth, blowing this stuff out of its mouth. And this is being blown out of this one's mouth. Here's its eye right here. It's looking upwards, kind of. It's blowing it out of its mouth. This one's blowing it out. And here's two little bitty eyes. One there and one there. Of course, there's eyes everywhere. Here's one. Because again, it's in the Bible about these angels. About how they have, there's literally eyes all over them. And this weird grid looking thing pops up. Oh, it's not letting me stop my video now. It's taking control of my computer again. I can't stop it. Look, it won't let me do anything. That weird grid again. Little face right here with the triangle eye. Looking kind of downward. Here's a face over here peeking out. Here's an eyeball right there. Oh, it wouldn't let me stop it. I was going to show you the face. There's an eye, a nose, and it's blowing the stuff out. And you can see the black stuff around its eye right here. Same thing as on these shape-shifting singers and actors. Same thing. And this strange looking grid thing across the whole entire sky, and it's nothing but faces everywhere. Just faces and eyes everywhere. And they are watching us 24/7. Look at this face up here. Look at the eyes. Eye, nose, and the mouth. See that? Eye, the long nose and the mouth. There's a face up here. Here's a face right here. See, it's blowing that smoke stuff out. Faces everywhere, and they're blowing smoke stuff out of their mouths and noses everywhere. You can see it because they're manifesting. That's blowing. See this long thing coming out? It's blowing it out of its mouth right there. This is how these demons manifest, you guys. This is nothing but demons. The whole entire thing is. The whole sky, everything. They're everywhere. And then here you can see the open mouth, kind of. Of course, the mouth turns into an eye. It's so strange, you guys. It's so strange. And I know it's hard to wrap your head around it. Here's an X. I see a lot of X's on these demons as well. And it's funny because X is the 24th letter of the alphabet, and X means the serpent race. And it also means we're going to X you out. Look at the face right up here. Alright, so there's that one. Well, it's got me jammed up again, but look at the face right here. Right here on this so-called plane. Eye. It's got a square eye. Two square eyes right there. And there's the nose and the mouth. The face. Here's another face right here. Here's another small face right here. And there's another one. They're everywhere. But see all this fuzzy looking stuff? That's all them. That's that fungus looking stuff. And this is showing these things flying by this so-called plane. They've got it in slow motion, but they're just showing these things interacting with, you know, all this stuff in the sky. And notice how, look, you see what that just did? That's because that right there.
This example right here where he just showed you a whole cluster of them flying past this airplane. There's another example I'm going to show you where there's at least maybe 1,000 of these.
Let me mute him. You see the glow around it? That was not a real plane, you guys. And here's all these things that are not real bugs, okay?
Really want to wait for the weekend because it's pretty dynamic. So this is what we've got. It's like a swarm of these things, and it's a lot of them. And it's really interesting because visually it almost looks like they're swimming. And you know, also, I happened to record a swarm of gnats a couple months ago and never did anything with it because there was nothing relevant about the capture at the time. Now it's relevant, so it's included here at the end for contrast.
But all of them.
It's difficult for me personally to quantify, even estimate how many of these things there are. So I'm going to go on the conservative side and just say hundreds. But again, it's like they're swimming rather than flying. I don't know. It's different. And also,
I'm going to stop it for a minute because there's the black and white again. Here's the black and white again. Black and white. Okay, these are not bugs. What I've been filming for 4 years, I wouldn't just be putting videos out of just bugs. Okay, I'm not crazy. I know what these are. That's why I've never let what anybody says about me get to me, because I know that what I've been putting out as content is facts. Okay, so I'm just trying to make people aware of what's going on. I'm exposing the darkness as we're told to do, and that's what I'm doing, letting you know what hour we're in. I see an eye right here. That's actually an eye right there. So that's why this is not a plane. And it's got a glow around it too. All these things always have a glow around them. But you see how these things look like they have wings coming off of some of them? I'm going to try to pause it again. I'll try to keep pausing it.
You could see how far I zoomed in.
It's not letting me.
To zoom in from this distance.
It's taking over my computer again, so I'm sorry.
But compare this to these gnats. I mean, this looks like ash raining
down. It's got me completely locked up again.
There's just nothing. The two are so dissimilar.
Okay.
It's very apparent that in my mind, you look at something like this.
My apologies for that
blocking it. And then you look at something like this.
I can't do anything about it.
And they're apples and oranges. And these are just some particularly strange oranges.
You can see these 3 black dots that are in a triangle shape.
And here's another one of these. You guys, I'm so sorry. They really don't want me showing this content. They are just messing with my computer bad. I can't turn the volume down. They've taken full control of my computer. But this is not a plane. This is the same thing I just filmed and showed y'all in 2 videos. One of mine and the other guy's.
Opening up like a triangle again. Look, what?
See these things?
That just looks like just a white triangle. It's weird, eh? It's weird because we've just seen a black one in the previous video in Australia.
Well, that's not a plane.
You know, so I don't know. I'm on the fence with this. Their cloaking just must be really good. I mean, look at that. Does that not look like a blooming fairy? Oh, mate. I mean, for anyone who doesn't, you know.
And as you can see, they're calling them shape-shifting UFOs and orbs and the unknown. And they're showing things that look like bugs here. You see all this, but this is not bugs. And this is mine. That is not a bird. These are not bugs. See how it looks like it's got a little wing coming out? And there's a face. I see the triangle eye. I'll get to that in a minute, but I just wanted to show this. Okay, I will play a little bit of this. This is the channel right here.
The lands. It's fuzzy because it's just flapping them wings like a mother flipper. Right, come on then. Bug video number 2. And someone's, again, this was sent in from Robert, a custodian file. Someone's just touched the fly there with some scissors just to get the motion of it.
Okay, my computer's locked up again. I guarantee you that this right here is not a real bug. Did y'all just hear that? That was them. Alright, there it goes right there. Yeah, that's not a real bug.
And you can see here, it's flying away from the camera.
Got an orb on it.
Proper, you know, fuzzy wings as it flaps to get its elevation. Look, and then you see it going up and down, flaps again. There you go. Nothing like super jet white plasmas coming out of the side of these things. Nothing. Speed-wise, nothing like it. You can see it's Robert's set up, and this is the same speed he would slow it anything down to show you guys what he's seeing. It's just without a shadow of a doubt, isn't it? And this is close to it. This is close. You know, he's touching it with some scissors here.
Oh, they land on you.
You know,
they've landed on
it's
me
on the
before.
Window there. Really, really close.
All I can say is the world you're living in is not the world that you thought it was. That's all I can say. Here's a face up here. You can see, and here's a face, and it's blowing the smoke stuff out. These are not real clouds. They make the clouds. But he is really emphasizing, you know, that's not a bug. It's not a bug. Let's see. Here's a screenshot of one they took, and as you can see, this is not a bug. However, when it's flying around in the sky, if somebody looks at it, they're going to call you names, call you crazy, because they're going to say that is a bug. You need help because what is wrong with you? There's a glow around it. Again, all these demons, fallen angels, they all have a glow around them.
And this is up there. Yeah, I've seen this one before. I've done this before for sure. Look at that. Like a bullet. Like a bullet. But anyway. So let me just initially when she messaged me,
she's saying
she
it
said,
looks like a bird, but it just disappears.
There's a bird up in the sky. It's bloody morphing.
The bird is morphing.
It's morphing. Send it over. I bet it's not morphing. In my mind, I'm like, look, I bet we've got a wiggly,
it's morphing, all right.
Flashy thing in the sky.
Yeah,
or
that wasn't a bird.
Or something. Right, and I have to admit, this thing.
This is supposed to be a seagull. That's what they think it is, but it's not a seagull. And then there's another black thing that flies down real fast. I don't know if they'll show that part again, but it looks like a bug flying down really fast, black. But that's not a bug either, and that's not a bird. Look for the black thing if he'll replay it. Well, I'm not quite sure if he's going to or not. Yeah. That's the black thing that flew by real fast. Yeah, see? Fallen angel inside of their carriers. That's what that is, you guys. The Ophanim. The wheels within wheels. See how it just You can't even look. It just disappears and reappears. Where'd it go? It vanished. Okay. Now, I want you to look at the cover pictures they put on here. I want you to look at these eyes on both of these. You see this one? I'm going to show you something. Hang tight. Okay, once again, you see that? Now, look at that right there, and look at there. This is in my book. I'm holding my book right here, and what does that say? Nimrod. But that's the ion I meant. You see that eye? There it is, right there. Also, the eye of Horus, or the eye of Ra. Look at that. And you guys, that was in the sky. Flying around in the sky. And this is all on this channel right here. If you want to take a screenshot, you know, of the names of these videos and go watch them. But here's one that looks just like a UFO. I have filmed this thing many, many times. Alright, you see this up here, how it's black on the bottom and white on the top? This is what I call the Pokemon balls. Because they, in fact, look just like a Pokemon ball. Wonder where they got Pokemon balls from. It would be these. And just to let you know, all the little characters in Pokemon are all demons. Okay? And no, I'm not making this up. But these Pokemon balls, as I call them, have... Look up the image of a Pokemon ball. It looks just like it. And there's even Pokemon balls that are clear. And these things go invisible. And that's not a plane. This is not a real plane. I can tell which ones are real and which ones are not. And this one's not a real one right here. And here's something else that was caught that appeared to be a bug when it was flying around, you know, but it's not bugs. Because they use their whatever, you know, to flap around with, to get around with. And it does appear to be a bug flying around. But that's not what it is. And on this one, look at the glow. There's the glow around it. That's that glow that I always talk about. Right there. Let's see. Let me see if I can press play. And they got it on slow motion right now. Wow, they're moving their phone around bad. Goodness. I paused it. But there it is. And he is going to take a screenshot of it here in a moment, I do believe, and show it closer. But to the naked eye, if you look up at that, you're going to think it's just a bug flying around. And these things literally fly right in front of your face. They'll land on you and everything. And this is not to put fear into anybody, you guys. That's not what this is about. We're not to fear these things. Yep. Okay, here comes something that's gonna look like a bird. That's not a bird. Look at the wings. Look, you see how those look? That is not a bird. Yeah, see, he's even pointing it out. Look, there's a face right there. Right there is a little bitty face with a triangle eye. This is not a bird, and that's not a bug. That's a face. These are fallen angels that you're looking at, you guys. This is all the images. He's got tons and tons of images of these things. And so do I. Yeah. That's another eye. Alright, this thing right here, I can't tell you how many times when I've been filming these so-called music stars and actors and things, their eyes look just like this. It'll look human one second, next second it changes into this, and it's a black matte color too. A dark jet black matte color, and this looks like an eye again. Yep, there it is. You're looking at a fallen angel, and I know you're thinking that can't be a fallen angel. That's not what they look like. How in the world can you say that that's what a fallen angel looks like? Because I think a lot of us was thinking in our heads all these years that an angel looks like something with wings and, you know, all that. Like I said, we've been lied to our entire lives. But the Most High God does not lie, and His Word told us that in the end, everything will be revealed, and that's exactly what's happening. And I hope to goodness that more people will wake up and realize what hour we are in and turn to Jesus Christ. That's what this is all about. This is why I make this. There's the face right in there. You can see the eyes. This is a fallen angel inside of its carrier, the Ophanim. It looks like a little baby face in there. Here's another one right here. You can see the face in there. There it is, right there. See it? That face in there. And the faces look very human-like. They can look like animals. They can look like the old gods. They can look like critters. They've got all different looks to them. Some have big, huge, fat noses. Some have very skinny noses. They all look different. That's the face right here. It's hard to tell, but I know how to spot these things immediately. It's a big nose, an eye, and a little smirk on its mouth, it looks like. Look at that. It's like an eye again. A big black eye, and it's with that eyelid half closed. They're called the Watchers, you guys. The fallen angels are the Watchers, and they are watching us 24/7, inside our homes and out. Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't matter what we're doing, we're being watched 24 hours. That's another face. I see it. See all this fuzzy distortion stuff around them? And the glow around them. Fuzzy, distorted looking stuff. That's their cloaking mechanism that they use. And look at there. You cannot deny that is an eye. That's because that's what that is. You are looking at a watcher. You're looking at a fallen angel right there. And there's its eye.
We've got more here. Sneaky Russians. Didn't see these. Right. Oh, I just clicked one off there. That's an eyeball.
See? He even said it's an eyeball.
It looks like an eyeball.
That's because that is what it is.
What in the good grief? Is that a person?
It's not a person.
Is that a person? It kind of looks more clearer, like here. If I zoom in too much, it becomes a little bit... Is that a person?
Looks like a person, doesn't it?
No. What's in the...
He's perplexed. This is the name of the video, by the way.
I don't know what to say. I don't really know what to say. It looks like someone, right? Let me know in the comments, folks, if you think that's
like
someone.
It's not a someone.
It's not the first time we've had something living being seen inside these things. I mean,
there you go, something living. He's even saying
you
it.
could say it's fluke or just
and
luck of the AI, like generate.
I have never heard him call these any type of fallen angels, demons, anything like that. He always refers to them as UFOs or orbs or things like that. But there you go. I don't know whether he believes in... I don't know what his beliefs are. I have no idea. But you just heard him say right there what I've been saying. This is what I'm talking about, you guys. All this stuff that I've been saying for the past 4 years, and I'm just showing you just one channel right now. This stuff is everywhere, and everybody's talking about it now, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, again, I didn't need confirmation because I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I was not. I knew what I was seeing and filming was what I thought it was. But at the same time, I've been called every name in the book, and pretty much everybody's walked out of my life because they don't want to deal with it. It's too stressful for them, or whatever the case may be. You know, but again, I make this content because my hope is to show people what hour we are living in, because, and to show how just we've been lied to, you guys. And I care for people, and I don't want anybody to go to hell, and I'm concerned, okay? I'm concerned. Look at this one right here on the cover. You see this looks like a big, huge spaceship of some type. I have filmed the same thing 2 times. Once at my older home, and it took up almost the entire sky, but it had more. It didn't just look like this. It did, but it had more arms coming out everywhere from it, and it took up almost the entire sky. It was so wild. But yeah, I filmed that many times, and these things light up all different colors. I see a face. If I turn it this way, you can see the face right there in it. And there it is. I'll just end it. But you can see all that fuzzy stuff. This is the same thing I see on all these shapeshifters. All this, it's like, oh, I see a little face in there with 2 glowing white eyes and the nose and the mouth inside there too. Inside the eyeball. But I see all this fungus, fuzzy looking stuff on all these shapeshifters that I've been filming for the past 4 years as well. So this is in the sky. And this is why I was saying, you know, 4 years ago that I kept seeing fungus falling from the sky. The chemtrails have fungus in it. The clouds have fungus in it. I've been saying all this for 4 years, you guys. And again, I'm taking no credit for any of it. I wouldn't have known what all this is. There's no way, no how. No way, no how. Is that right? Anyway, it doesn't sound right, but anyway. There's no way I could know all this. It was literally the Holy Spirit guiding me. The Most High God gets all praise and glory for this. I think He was giving me the eyes to see and the ears to hear, because I had been praying without ceasing for discernment. Praying without ceasing. Give me the eyes to see. Give me the ears to hear. I do not want to be deceived, Father. I do not want to be deceived. I kept praying that over and over. And that's when everything began to... That's when everything, you know, started being shown to me. And it's just, if you guys knew what all I have been through for the past 4 years, it has been extremely crazy. And without the Most High God, without Jesus Christ walking beside me and guiding me, there's no way I could have made it through. I'm surprised that I'm alive because of what has happened to me quite a few times. They don't like me one bit because I know way too much. And they're literally trying to take me down. And I've been harmed to the point where I'm surprised that I'm still alive, and I'm not joking. This is literally spiritual warfare I'm going through, and it's been so major. And dealing with it alone, I mean, it does get a little difficult at times, but again, I don't let it get to me, and I have my Father beside me, and that's how I get through it. So let me show you a few more. Like I said, they have to tell you. They're going to show you an orb.
This is one of the deadliest objects mankind has ever produced. The Demon Core. Welcome to a series that I'm calling Scientifically Interesting Ways to Die.
I'm going to mute it just because I don't want to get a copyright strike or anything like that. But, yeah, notice the red glow around it. This is an orb that they're showing you. That's literally fallen angel carriers that they use. Some of these, that's that round Pokemon ball I'm talking about. That's just a much bigger one. And these things come in all sizes. Little tiny to humongous. They're literally, they're telling you, because they have to. That's their law. They have to tell you, look, this is the way they look. And it's in a cube, Saturn, which is Satan. Like I said, they have to tell you. It's their law. It's literally their law where they have to let us know. In a cube, in a black and white cube. Cube means Saturn, which means Satan. There you go. Red glow. And I have filmed these orbs glowing red too, many times. Yeah, they're showing you demons right there. They're showing you. But people, this will fly over everybody's head, unfortunately. Again, they have to tell you, remote viewing, award to come soon. And I don't know if they're going to show it, but it also shows an orb with a lightning bolt on it. The lightning bolt, who fell like lightning? That would be Lucifer. And my computer's locked up again. I'll show you. See it, how it's a clear orb and it's got the lightning bolt in the blue. The blue can represent the marine kingdom, the marine demons. But again, they have to tell you because we're being watched 24/7 inside of our homes and outside at all waking and sleeping hours. No matter what you're doing, going to the bathroom, taking a shower, getting undressed, in bed with your spouse, they're watching it all. And I'm not kidding. This is why we need a relation. Look, I see a face in the trees right here. Eye, the big nose, and the open mouth in the trees right here. And here's another face over here. The triangle eye. Here's another eye, and the square mouth. I see them everywhere because those are spirits all in the trees. But yeah. Pokemon ball. See, it's got the round thing on it. And I've seen these things, you know, the Pokemon balls have the black bands that go around them. I've seen them do that. When these are in the sky, when they're clear, like, and they can change any color they want to. But there's openings that open up on these, and the smoke comes out of them, which is their smoke substance, which is the clouds. And I saw this and thought this was crazy. How to train your orbs? That sounds like how to train your dragon. And who's the dragon? Satan. And yeah, that's the orbs. And that was that same channel I was just showing you. This is another weird one. It's all black and white and it's glowing. And I'll end it here again. This is Robert Patterson again from the Twilight movie. There's all that black and white stuff, that fungus stuff coming off of him in his big, huge mouth. You can see his teeth in his mouth. That's his teeth in his mouth. Look at the eyes, you guys. He was shape-shifting because he's not human. And here's all this black and white fungus stuff all over him. All over him. See that? And here he is. He was leaning back. Look at that. Look at his mouth. And she's not human either. They're looking at fallen angels, demons. Look at the big lip hanging, it's just very odd. Big old thing of that. It's everywhere though. It's coming out of the face, out of the neck, out of the hair, out of the forehead, out of the eyes, everywhere, out of the nose. And these things, they look like worm demons sometimes. Look at this big old clump of black stuff right there, and it's got that worm demon thing coming out of it. And there he is leaning back. Still don't look like him. This was the band member Evanescence, the lead singer Amy Lee. This is what she turned into. Looks like a goat demon with a goat head and a horn. This was her. She shapeshifted into this. This is the band Korn, and they're all shape-shifting, and he's got this white and black fungus stuff. See it popping out of his chin. It's all in the hair, and he looks all fuzzy. This is supposed to be Monkey. You can't even make out the face. He's in them. Look at that. That's just a demon. And the black and white stuff all on him. And this is supposed to be Monkey, and he's got all the black and white fungus stuff popping out all over him. Same that I showed you. Look, here's a face in here. You can see it. There's the eye. It's hiding behind there. Here's a face, 2 triangle eyes. Here's a face, triangle eye, nose, open mouth, right there in the hair. Here's faces all up here if you look. All up here. Here's a face right here. Look at that eye and that eye. Look at that. Look at this face right here. See that? Look at this nose. Look at the It's all that black and white fungus stuff popping out. Here's a face right here. There's a face right there. Here's a face right here and right here. They're everywhere. There's one. I see these things a lot right here. This is all part of their, their songs that they sing. Kat Von D sang a song called I Am a Machine. That's because they have to tell you, you guys. I'm telling you. Everybody that called me crazy is going to find out I wasn't crazy after all. I was telling the truth. Big old demon face back here. See the black and white fungus stuff popping out? Same that's on the stars in the sky. Same that's on the UFOs, which UFOs are demons. It's not coming from some galaxy far, far away. They're interdimensional. Look at those black eyes. Black eyes right there. Look at that. And that's what they're supposed to look like right there. There's Monkey, JD, Head, all them. Here's the drummer. Look at all. Remember I showed you Beelzebub in the past video? I was showing you how he's Satan is the Lord of Flies. He was shape-shifting and all these flies came out of him. Look at this. There's a big old demon face right there. There's one right there. And this is One of the singers from Korn. Look at those eyes. The black around them. There's a demon face in there. I see it with the triangle eye right there. I could find a whole lot more, but I'm not going to waste time. But I see all this black and white fungus stuff all over him. And they're shape-shifting. This is Monkey. He's got that white and black fungus stuff all up here in his hair. And this is head over here. He's shape-shifting. Look how big his nose is. And so I'm not going to show many. Look how weird the fingers are too. Look how long. That's not normal. They've all got the black and white stuff coming out of their hair and stuff. It's just everywhere. But I could literally show y'all every singer, every actor, every president. They all do this. All of them. They walk among us, you guys. Alright, I'm going. My computer is so full of this stuff. I've got so much overwhelming proof. Here's a demon face right down here. You can see it right down there. See that right there? But anyway, here's one right here too. Like I said, demons can manifest into objects as well. I know it's hard to wrap your head around it. I know it is. There's a demon face right there. Here's one right here. You don't always see a whole face. I mean, remember, these things can, parts of them can go invisible. There's another face right here with two sharp teeth in the bottom with triangle eye looking that way. Here's another face right here. Here's one right here. There's one right there. They're everywhere. Alright, you guys, I'm going. If y'all don't know Jesus, please turn to him. Repent. Accept him into your heart. And get out of this world, because you guys, we're living in a late hour. We're living in a late hour. And there's so much that they have planned for us that they want to have accomplished by the end of this year. And it's not good. They want all biological life to be gone, including trees. They have a plan to create new trees, and they're calling them skeleton trees, you guys. That's what they're calling them. And they want, to create new things. Humans to go, but they want to create new things, like bioengineered stuff and robots and hybrids and yes, that's all facts. Look into it. I see what looks like a Pokemon ball right up there. It's round. I can tell that is a little Pokemon ball right there. But anyway, yeah, they have a lot of really nasty stuff planned for us, so that's why I'm making this, just to let you guys know. You can either accept it or not. I can't force this upon anybody, but I hope to goodness that you will take heed and pray about it. Whatever you have to do, and hopefully you'll seek the truth and find it. That's my prayer for you. Alright, you guys, I'm going. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe. I love you guys, and God bless. Bye.